48.1, that's, to me, that's pretty good coming out of that little unit itself. So you may be wondering, what is this? What am I doing with this? So I'm in RV transport. I get out and go all over the country. Sometimes I'm gone for 3 or 4 days at a time. Sometimes I'm gone for 3 or 4 weeks at a time. And my central unit has been slacking here at home. But I have been thinking about getting one of these. I looked at a ton of reviews, and if I did find one that I liked, it was discontinued, or I couldn't find the one that I wanted that I thought would be right for me, and I didn't have to have it. My unit was working, it was just slacking, and especially when it was 95 or 95 plus degrees outside. So my unit did completely go out, and when it did, at first I raised the windows up. I thought, well, it's only a few more weeks and it'll be colder weather and I won't even need it. That'll give me plenty of time to figure out the best option to go about fixing the central heating there. And I couldn't do it. I'm spoiled to air conditioning. It's got to be cool where I'm sleeping. I can handle the rest of it. The heat, the rest of the day is not going to bother me. Just I got to sleep cool. So stopped in Walmart, picked one of these up, and it is a Midea 3-in-1 portable air conditioner. It is 8,000 BTU. Says it does do a mid-sized room for medium-sized rooms. Smartphone compatible, voice control, quick easy installation, which I can vouch for that. 3 cooling and 3 fan speeds. Now I've just been using it on auto sleep mode, 24-hour timer, but I've been just letting it run. I've actually connected it to my smartphone, and I love that because I can be anywhere and remember I left it running and say, okay, G word, and cut off my air conditioner, and it cuts it off. And then whenever I'm headed back home, if I really want to cool it down quick, if it's late at night and I know I'm gonna come in and get a shower and go to bed, I say okay and sit there for 62 degrees, which is wide open. That's as cold as it's gonna get, and then whenever I get home, I'll adjust it accordingly. But that is probably my favorite feature about this thing, other than it works really well. Now I've already opened the box and I've been using it, so this box is empty. I just wanted to show you in case there's something on there that you did want to see. It does say it is Google and Alexa compatible, but I'll go ahead and slide this aside and we'll go take a look at the actual unit. So in my opinion, this is everything that's important that came out of the box. You have the AC unit itself, you have the window adapter, you have the hose, the output hose, you have the adapter that snaps into the window adapter, you have the remote control, which in all honesty, I probably don't use this that much, but it does have all the controls on here that are on top of the unit. Now I have used it. You can't use it long distance. You've got to be pretty close with the remote. I did notice that right off the bat. It doesn't seem to have a lot of range to it. You can't be in one room and try to use it from another. Now if you have one big large open room, it may work better. I haven't got to try it like that because I live in a small place. But the remote, it is functional and it seems to do a good job so far what I've used it. Now, lay that right there where I won't step on it. The instruction manual, the user's manual, if you're into that kind of thing, that's great. It's got a pretty good sized book here, but I personally probably should have, but didn't look at it. The window adapter and the output hose is pretty self-explanatory. I do like how it came with, you could open this up to fit a very large window. It does have this piece here, but then it's also got multiple other pieces that can slide into each other. I will show you how to put that in here in a few minutes. Now the next thing is the drain hose. Now from the best of my understandings, I did Google it. I did flip through the user's manual because I've never had a dehumidifier. That was another reason that made this worth the money for me to make the purchase, is I have been looking at getting a dehumidifier. With me being gone all the time, when I do get home, the house is kind of musty and sticky, even with the air going. So I have been looking into that. And what you'll do on that is this top, cap right here. You'll take it off. There is a cap, a rubber plug in here that seals it off. And you'll notice there's a little bit of water in there. When I read what I read of the instructions and what I looked up online, said that if you're not using the dehumidifier, just leave the cap and the plug on. But if you are using the dehumidifier, pull that cap off. This hose will slide right up on the fitting inside like that, and you can let it out to a drain. That's what I plan on doing with it whenever I use it for a dehumidifier. Now, so far I haven't had to do that. I was worried I was going to have to constantly empty this thing, and so far I've been using it for about 4 days, 5 days. I have not had to empty it, but I did empty it just to see what came out of it. There was that little bit of water that came out just like what you just saw, and then the bottom, very little water. And the reason for that, it says it evaporates the water and blows it out of the discharge hose. I think that's pretty awesome. If it does fill up with water, it is supposed to alert you and cut off so that you know that you need to empty the water. And when it's time to empty the water, you just take the drain loose down there and drain it out. And that's really about all I know to tell. This thing is just super simple. Now you can pull up on this here and open it up to clean the screen out, but the screen does come out pretty easy. Just slides in and out like that there, and when you push it back in, it'll lock in, and you know, that's a pretty good thing to keep any contaminants from outside going into the cord. Just like that. And of course, when you're using it, you want to keep a foot of distance between this and any wall or object. But that's kind of a no-brainer, because the tube coming out and spinning here, you know, you're not going to be able to slide it completely up against the wall. Now, all this stuff, this ring right here was in there too. I almost forgot about that. And it does literally just slip right down into a groove right there. Everything about this thing has been super easy as far as installation. And now we'll move it inside, hook it up, and show you how it works. So this piece, whenever you're getting ready to put this into the window, you want to snap this in right like so. I'm not very gentle with it. Go ahead and pop it in pretty good, make sure it's not gonna come out. And then, I don't live in a newer place, it's an older mobile home, and whenever I went to put this in, the screen actually broke. So the screen's gone, but the screen went right on the front here, and those would interfere. But if that was the case, I would put it in the inside window track. There's a window track for the outside pane and window track for the inside pane. But right now, I just like putting it right there. And like I say, this slides open far enough, you could put it in a significantly larger window, even though to me, this is a significantly larger window. And then, and it's pretty sturdy in there whenever it's in. I will be taking it out when I leave and go on a long trip, because I don't want it looking like an easy access point. But for now, I live in a really good place. There's nobody ever bothers anything. So, but it also did come with weather stripping to go on the bottom and the top to really seal it off really good. But I move it from room to room right now, so that just doesn't seem like something I need to worry about. So we're back inside, and it's kind of tight spaces, but I'm gonna do the best I can for you. First thing I'm gonna do is take my power cord and just kind of toss it over by the outlet, not plugging it in. And then take either end of this and push into these 3 clips that hold it on. That's got that. Even though it's got it and I feel secure it's got it, I'm still gonna hold this while I pull this out. That's got that. That's about as quick as it gets as far as installation. And then You want to, in general, you want to keep that duct as straight as you can, but it's been doing a good job like this. And I can't have the air blowing directly on me at night, but I want it blowing close enough I can feel it. So plug the unit in. It does have a breaker right here on the outlet, which I think is pretty awesome. When you plug it in, all this comes up on top, and the only mode that I have used it on is the cool and auto, or yeah, see where it comes on cool, and the thermostat is on auto. So if you set it on 70 degrees, it'll cut off and on and show you 70 degrees, and the lid will raise up. Don't do like I did and try to pry up on that lid to see what's in there before you install it, before you turn it on. You'll break something. I didn't, but I got really close. Now, as far as the output, the air, you can really feel the air blowing across the room. And as far as the temperature setting, 62 is as low as it will possibly go. I do have it connected to Wi-Fi. Now, I have it connected to Wi-Fi at my neighbor's house. I don't have Wi-Fi here because I'm never here. And when I am home, I can jump off their Wi-Fi too. So it's connected to Wi-Fi at my neighbor's house. So the Wi-Fi antenna, or however the signal strength, is bound to be pretty good if it can reach from this house to that house. There's for the timer. I've not used that. So this thing's only been running for a minute, and what I'm going to do is point this at the wall. This is the infrared thermometer, 74.6, and I'll show you that. So what I'm going to do now is just let this thing set in here and cool, 74.6, and now I'm going to put it right directly into the mouth of the air conditioner. 56.9, it hasn't really cooled off yet. I have seen it lower than that. And we're going to close this room up and let it set for a few minutes, and I'll come back and show you what it is. I also wanted to show them my wall thermostat for my central heat and air. It's showing to be 80 degrees in the house right now. This is the hottest part of the day. It's about 3 o'clock. Well, 2:45, it's just before 3 o'clock. As far as the noise level from outside, this is with no microphones, no noise canceling anything on the phone. This is just straight from my Note 20 Ultra. Very, very quiet outside. So I had went to a little restaurant down the street from my house to grab something to snack on, and I wanted to show you guys this. I think it's pretty cool. What is the current temperature at home?
Cooling is set to 62 degrees with a current temperature of 72 degrees.
Set current temperature at home to 65 degrees.
Got it. Setting the AC_C7C2 to 65 degrees.
Set AC to 62 degrees.
Sure. Setting the AC_C7C2 to 62 degrees.
That is pretty neat. That's going to be really helpful to me when I'm out on the road, or when I'm gone, if I run out and forget and leave the unit running, or if the unit is off and I'm on my way home and I want to go ahead and cool it off. So you can control this from Google Home, but this is the Midea Home app, or the Midea app. So, but one thing I've been wanting to do is go in here and go ahead and click on About Device Name. And I'm just going to change this because that AC-C7C2 just kind of doesn't feel very welcoming. So we're going to go to Portable AC. I like that better. Hit save. So now we've changed the name of our device. Another thing I was going to note on is I don't know if you saw that or not. You can set schedules, sleep curve, geolocation and all that stuff. Not sure about. Yeah. Anyway. Pretty straightforward app. Everything seems to be pretty easy to figure out. It does show the 62 degrees is what it's set on. The 86 degrees is the outside temperature. That's not the temperature in the room itself. If you see, it says the AC-C7C2 at the very top. Indoor is 71 degrees. So it has actually pulled that down some. Now you can also favorite fan speed and some different options down here at the bottom. But I don't really have any use for schedules and all that stuff. I like being able to see the indoor temperature, and I like being able to see the setting and the temperature from outside, and you can also control it like this. So, yep, pretty cool app. Okay guys, I ran down the road, got something to eat, and now I'm back. And we're gonna see what the temperature is. It's been about an hour and a half, actually. I do not recall what the temperature was in here. And I wanted to get over there and get kind of a close reading on it because it was jumping around a lot. 48.1, that's, to me, that's pretty good coming out of that little unit itself. And then come up here and get on the wall. The wall is 68.9. It is really cool in here. I have had the door shut and had it kind of closed off in here. There's a bathroom. The bathroom's open. It's a pretty good sized closet that's open. And the room measures 13 feet long, 12 foot wide with a 10.5 foot ceiling. And now I do know if you leave it on all day, it will get downright cold in here. And also, just to give a reference, this is in my living room right now. It's 82 degrees in the house. The walls in the bedroom are 68. So as far as my personal opinion of the Midea 3-in-1 portable AC unit, I'm loving it. I mean, it's doing a really good job, and it's saving my butt right now and buying me some time to figure out what to do about my central heating air unit. I do have a home office in here too, and being able to pull it out of the window, roll it from one room to the next, throw it in another window, inconvenient, but better than working in a hot house, you know. So it's not gonna, the other room that I tried to use it in was probably 25 by 30 or so. And it would cool it down, but it wouldn't keep up. But as far as in the bedrooms and the smaller rooms, it's great. If you're looking something just to cool it down a little bit while you sleep or while you work or something like that, I'd buy it over and over again. Now I did turn on the dehumidifier portion, the dry portion of it, and waiting to see how that works. But so far I can't really tell. I've never had a dehumidifier, so I don't really know what I'm looking for there. So, but what I wanted to test too, what I've been using on it, is the AC portion of it. And as far as I'm concerned, I will buy another one today, hands down. So I did go ahead and connect the hose and put it on dry mode. Now another thing I wanted to do, this is just my phone with no mics connected, no noise canceling. This is the actual noise it makes. To me, I don't think that's that bad. That's not loud at all in person. So I did pull the rubber stopper out and took the cap off, connected the rubber hose, and ran it around to a small trash can that I had just sitting around. Now, from what I had read and seen, you just connect the hose right there on the back at the upper outlet, and it runs right around here. And this thing has been steady spitting water out ever since I hooked it up. Now, I don't know the size of this little trash can right here, but it's not a very big trash can. It's, in comparison to the unit, it is about way less than half the size of the unit. And I would say it's probably got about 1.5 gallons of water in about 3 hours. To me, I don't really know what I'm looking at, but I think that's pretty good. And like I say, it has been steadily spitting water out, condensation. So that's pretty awesome. I do wish that I could have used it as a straight up dehumidifier where I didn't need an exhaust hose and all that, but this is still gonna work for me fine. I will just figure out a way to drain that hose to outside at a later day after I get my central heating air working again. And I did get a phone call on it. They said that the new unit should be here next week sometime and they should get me fixed up, but this is definitely making my life a lot easier for now. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got what you're looking for out of it, and I will see you in the next video.